Okay, so while we are setting up our audio visuals, I just would like to welcome all of you to our Sunday Feast program. I would encourage everybody to move closer to me ahead because there's a lot of people going to start coming in at the back. So move closer, especially the back rows. And I have a question. How many of you are here for the very first time ever? Wow, that's so welcome. Welcome to our Sunday Feast program. So this program that we hold on Sunday happens every single week. So we would like to, first of all, welcome you here today to you joined our congregation. And please make sure that you come every Sunday. So thank you again. A big applause for all those who are new today. Thank you. So I have a second question while we're still waiting. Did you find, Prabhu? Okay. How many of you have never been to the Toronto Rath Yatra? Wow. Okay, I can tell you something. You've really missed a very big event in Toronto. And hopefully this year you're going to be able to attend it. And today the purpose of my presentation is actually to introduce you to the Toronto Rath Yatra. Last Sunday, we had a very amazing discourse by Meenakshi Mataji, who's here, and she gave a very nice overview of what the meaning of Rath Yatra is, how were the deities of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra carved, and how the temple was built, and so many more details about Lord Jagannath. So today we are going to continue the discussion and talk about how our Rath Yatra here in Toronto reflects what happens in the actual Rath Yatra. And where is the actual Rath Yatra held? Anybody? Vitthal, you're not allowed to answer any question. So you know all the answers. Yes, Jagannath Puri. How many of you have been to Jagannath Puri? Not many. You've been? Okay. So this is exactly the point of today's class, that not many of us can actually travel to Jagannath Puri. Yeah, that's perfect. You see it there? Travel to Jagannath Puri, and so by the mercy of our spiritual master here, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada, we can experience the same Rath Yatra here in Toronto. And which street is it held on? Does anybody know? Which street? Young Street. So imagine you don't even have to travel to Jagannath Puri. All you need to do is get onto the TTC and get off at Young and Bloor or Young and Dundas and attend the Rath Yatra. How easy is that? So we're going to talk about that today, and we are ready to go. So before we start, this is a picture of our deities. The door is closed, but you can still have a look at them on this photograph. And we are going to start by singing what is known as the Jagannath Ashtakam. Ashtakam means 8. So these are 8 verses which glorify Lord Jagannath. So because we are going to be talking about Lord Jagannath, it's always nice to, introduce him and glorify him, just like we do at any business meeting, right? When somebody, for example, I'm speaking here today, somebody actually introduced me. So similarly, because we're talking about Lord Jagannath, we're going to sing this Jagannath Ashtakam, and it's going to be led by Rukmini Mataji here, who is a great singer. So we'll follow with her, and you're going to explain to us how we are going to lead and follow. We need a mridanga player. Is there a mridanga player here? In this whole temple? Vitthal, get the mridanga. Okay. Yes.
So as Satyabhama Mataji was sharing, there are 8 stanzas or verses in this bhajan. And so what we'll do is I'll sing the first 3, and the last one is a part of the verse that continues to repeat every single verse. So it's Jagannath Swami, Nayana Patigami, Bhavatume. So we'll try it together word by word so that we all can feel comfortable with it. And as we're singing, I'll sing the first 3 lines, and the last one I'll sing it, and then everybody can repeat all together. Okay, so we're going to try one word at a time. Jagannath. Good. Swami. Nayana. Pathagami. Bhava. tu mein. Nice job. Everybody's Sanskrit scholars now. You're good? You okay doing 2B? Shri Jagannath, Shri Baladev, Subhadra Maharani ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Kadachit kalindi tata vipina sangita karavo mudhabhiri nari vadhana kamala svadha madhupa Rama Shambhu Brahma Marapati Ganesha Chitapadho Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu Me. Everybody. Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhuje savye nam shirasi shiki pucham katitate Dukulam netrante sahachara kataksham vidadate Sadha Srimad Vrindavana Vasati Lila Parichayo Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu Me Yana Patagami Mahambodhe stire kanakaruchire nilashikare Vasan prasadhanta sahaja bhala bhadre nabalina Subhadra madhyasta sakala sura seva vasaradho Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu Me Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Kripa Paravara Sajhala Jaladhashe Niruchiro Ramavani Rama Sfuradhamala Pankheru Hamukha Surendre Raradhya Shruti Gana Sikha Gita Charito Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu Me Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu Me Ratharudha gachan pati milita bhudeva patale Stuti pradhurbhavam pratipadhamupakanya sadhaya Dhaya sindurbhandu sakala jagatam sindu sutaya Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu Me Parabhrama Pira Kuvalya Dhalotfula Naya Nivasi Niladhra Nihita Charano Nanta Shirasi Rasanandha Radha Sarasa Vapura Lingana Sukho Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu Me. Everybody. Patagami Bhavatu Me. Navaya Cherajam Nachakana Kamani Kyabhibhavam Nayache ham ramyam sakala janakamyam varavadhum Sadha kale kale pramathapati nagita charito Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu Me. Haratvam samsaram drutataram asaram surapate Aho dhine nathe nihita charano nishchitam idham Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu Me. Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu Me. One more time. Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu Me. Ki Jai.
Our little presentation, and I always like to start with a story. So I'm going to tell you a small story here. So when Krishna and Balram were growing up in Vrindavan, one day a message came, 2023, yes. A message came from Mathura, where his mama lived, right, his maternal uncle, and they sent an invitation for Krishna to visit Mathura, because Kamsa was always scared that this is the person who's been scheduled to kill him. Right? So from his childhood, Kamsa was always monitoring, sent many demons to Vrindavan, and there are so many different stories which are, which we can talk about. Okay, so. Why is this not working, Prabhu? Let me see. And so then Krishna, so who came to meet Krishna and Balram in Vrindavan? It was Akrura. So Akrura was very excited to come and take Krishna and Balram back to Mathura. So he came with his chariot, and oh, it's actually presenting there. It's weird.
But it's taking a lot of time. I don't know. Maybe let me move it to the
Okay, so that's why I gave it to you before, Prabhu. So he came there, and Akrura came to meet them, and he said, you have to come with me. So they took permission of their parents, and they started to leave. So Krishna and Balram had never left Vrindavan before, and there were so many of their friends, all the gopas, the gopis, they were devastated. They said, how can we live here without Krishna, right? So, but Krishna had made up his mind and he had to go because it was important. And so he said, I'm just going and we'll meet again. And so Krishna and Balaram leave with Akrura on his chariot. And this is described in the Krishna book. You can get a copy of it today if you haven't read it. So they leave Vrindavan, and so all the Vrindavan Vasis, all the residents of Vrindavan, kind of follow them and follow them and follow them for as long as they can go. And then the chariot obviously moved forward, and they went behind the chariot for as long as they could see the chariot, and then it disappeared. After Krishna left Vrindavan, he never came back. Did you know that? He never came back. And so everybody who was his friend, his parents, all the senior gopis, and the cowherd boys, the cows, his little calves, and of course the gopis and Srimati Radha, they never ever saw him again. But they continued to live and perform their services, their duties, their family duties, taking care of children, taking care of, the animals, and life went on as usual. But the most important element was missing, which was Krishna. So the gopis continued to make the garlands thinking that Krishna will come. They didn't stop making the garland because they knew Krishna had gone. So the services continued, and so they continued to serve Krishna in the mood of separation. And many years ago, there's this story of Krishna, and Krishna is thinking, how come these gopis are getting more enjoyment than me by serving me, even when I'm not there? So he was always thinking of this, what happened? Okay. This is what happens when you don't bring your own computer, but anyways. This continued for many years, and so the gopis continued to live in Vrindavan. Meanwhile, Krishna grew up. He became a king, and he lived in the city of Dwarka as Dwarkanath, right? Krishna is known as Dwarkanath. So he lived in the city of Dwarka. He had many queens, Rukmini, Satyabhama, and so many, 16,108 queens. And he lived there as a king. He performed all his duties as a king. One day there was a solar eclipse. And when there's a solar eclipse, all people used to go and bathe in the holy river. So from the city of Dwarka, all the kings, including Krishna and his full entourage, his queens, they all left and traveled to the city of Kurukshetra. Now Kurukshetra is very close to Vrindavan, relatively speaking. I have a map on my presentation, which I will show you eventually. And so people in Vrindavan, they got some news that Krishna is coming to Kurukshetra. Remember, many years have gone by and they have not seen him. So they all decided, let's go and get Krishna. Let's go to Kurukshetra, and from there we'll bring him back, right? So they all traveled to Kurukshetra. All the ladies, the men, the gopas, his friends, everybody. Is it working? That's there. So you can see, I just don't see the presentation mode, but that's okay. It's moving, okay. So that's the map that I wanted to show, how Krishna traveled from Dwarka right up to Kurukshetra here, and then the gopis and everybody traveled from there. And so they meet in Kurukshetra for the solar eclipse. And they're all taking a bath in the river Yamuna because it's considered to be non-different than the Ganga. And when the gopis see Krishna finally after so many years, you would expect that they would feel ecstasy. They would be so happy. But what did they feel? They were miserable. They said, this is not the Krishna that we know. This is some king. He's wearing, a crown. He's wearing all these jewelry. The Krishna we know wears a peacock feather. The Krishna that we know wears a garland of flowers. The Krishna we know carries a flute. This is some different Yogeshwar Krishna. He's like Dwarkanath. He's not our Krishna. So mentally they are thinking of the Krishna that they know, and they say, you know what, we're going to take him back to Vrindavan. That feeling of taking Krishna back to Vrindavan is the Rath Yatra. Okay, so every year in the city of Jagannath Puri, the Lord Jagannath leaves the temple, which is where he's installed along with Lakshmi. So there's his brother, sister, and Lakshmi Devi. So he leaves his Dwarka temple which is the Jagannath Puri temple, travels out on the road. Those of you who've been to Dwarka, to Jagannath Puri know, there's this long road called the Grand Road. And so the Lord travels from there with the chariots, with all the fanfare and the drums and the dancing. And the most important component is the kirtan, the holy name. And they travel all along this road and go to another place which is called the Gundicha temple. So this is a picture showing you the 3 raths as they are every year in Jagannath Puri. And these raths are huge. They're huge. You cannot imagine how big they are. And every year they're constructed from fresh wood. After the Rath Yatra is over, these raths are dismantled. And the wood that is left over from these raths is used to cook in Jagannath Puri. The prasadam that is cooked on Jagannath Puri is also known as Anna Kshetra, continuous distribution of prasadam. So this wood is utilized for, oh, this is ridiculous. Okay. This is like, okay. This, okay, fix it. Okay, that's okay. So this is Jagannath Kshetra, and it's continuous distribution of prasadam. And so this wood is utilized for cooking all through the year. And I've been there when they're dismantling these raths, and it's a pretty amazing sight. So anyways, so that the Lord travels in these raths and goes across to a small temple, which is called the Gundicha temple. So this Gundicha temple is similar to Vrindavan. So the Lord goes there, stays there for 1 whole week. And they have massive festivities there. And in the meantime, Lakshmi Devi is alone in Dwarka. So she's alone in the temple there, waiting for the Lord to come back. So this is how the Rath Yatra is celebrated in Jagannath Puri. Now, Srila Prabhupada, we heard about his particular stories related to the Rath Yatra last week. So he himself was very attracted to the Rath Yatra, and since his childhood, he was performing the Rath Yatras in his household, in his neighborhood. And when he formed the International Society of Krishna Consciousness across the world, he also installed the deity of Lord Jagannath. And in this particular pastime, he also made sure that all of his temples celebrate Rath Yatra. So Toronto has been celebrating, this is the picture of the Raths that you see here, and there are 3 different types of Raths. There's a scientific reasoning for each of these, height and everything, which we can discuss, but I just wanted to show you that this is very methodical. This is very precise, the way they build these different Raths, and how the Lord leaves the temple along with his pujaris and comes out onto the road in Jagannath Puri and travels to the Gundicha temple. So this is a picture of the Gundicha temple in Jagannath Puri. So this is exactly how we celebrate Rath Yatra here in Toronto. So Rath Yatra is celebrated worldwide, different, New York, so many countries, Chicago, even like smaller towns and cities in Australia. I saw the first Rath Yatra in Melbourne. Coming from India, growing up in India, I had never seen anything related to Jagannath Yatra. I grew up in Pune, a city in Maharashtra, and I had never seen Lord Jagannath. The first time I saw Lord Jagannath was in Melbourne, Australia, which is kind of shameful, right? And I had never seen the Rath Yatra before, till I got to Melbourne. And then I came here, and I saw the first time the Rath Yatra, I was blown away. Like the crowd, all the different chariots. So we celebrate the Rath Yatra in a very big way here. This is the 51st year that we are going to be celebrating the Rath Yatra in Toronto. Isn't that amazing? And of course, we are grateful to Srila Prabhupada, because many of us, as you know, and I gave you my own example, I would have never gone to Jagannath Puri if it were not for Prabhupada, right? So I saw Jagannath outside Jagannath Puri for the first time in the temple in Melbourne. So he has this festival happening everywhere in the world. There are so many stories around it. And so we are going to be celebrating this Rath Yatra. And the Toronto Rath Yatra is very special because we actually have Gundicha here. So we will leave the temple here on the day of the Rath Yatra, go on Young Street for the parade, which is like Jagannath Puri. We're going to get into the ferry, cross to the center island, and we are going to have a new temple there. A temple is built there every year, and Jagannath actually stays on center island. How cool is that? So this is the only temple across the world, apart from Jagannath Puri, where Lord Jagannath actually goes for a sleepover somewhere else. And so Jagannath will stay on center island for one night with his pujaris and with all the crew there, and then comes back home to the temple on Sunday. So it's a very interesting Rath Yatra, and I'm inviting all of you to be part of it. We have a lot of stuff going on in the temple. We have a 12-hour kirtan, which is the kickoff for the whole festival. We always like to have the potency of the holy name before we do anything big, right? So we'll have the 12-hour kirtan. Then we get on to the festival, which is the 15th and the 16th this year. At 11 o'clock, the parade starts. The parade will start at Young and Dundas and proceeds down to the lake, and the festivities happen on the center island. So this is how the parade will start at the Young and Dundas square and go down to the waterfront. This is how it looks on Young Street. Anybody knows which intersection this is? Any downtowners? Yes, College and Young. So this is where our parade is here. That particular year, I was actually living in this building at that time, so it's interesting. It is really spectacular to see the Rath Yatra coming down with the backdrop of the CN Tower. So I invite you all to come there prepared with your cameras. So it's very exciting. This is how it looks on Young Street with our pujaris, lots of balloons, and then we go across to the island. This is our famous Festival of India truck, which takes the whole festival across to the island. The tents, all the electricity, everything is packed in this truck. And so if you come here the week of Rath Yatra, you will see the truck parked here for at least one day, and then it heads across to the island, across the ferries. We have arts and culture there, activities for children. We distribute over 30,000 plates of prasadam for anybody who walks on Center Island that day. You will see so many new people who would otherwise never come to the temple. So the prasadam is distributed indiscriminately to everybody as much as they want, okay? We have a South Asian bazaar. We distribute books. We have many different activities like the sari tent, the gopi dots, the tilak. So many guests come and they want to do all of that and experience that on the island. And then we also have the Yoga Meltdown, which is our biggest outdoor yoga festival, where we partner with different yoga studios across the city, and we have this amazing festival along with cooking demonstrations and yoga all through the afternoon. So such a big festival cannot happen without the help, because somebody has to pay for it, right? So we have a lot of expenses coming up during this festival, and obviously we need the help of all our supporters, our patrons, and everybody, all our guests. We need to raise funds because we need to pay for so many different things, which I will share with you. So we're looking for donations, sponsorships, that you can involve your friends, families, bring them to the temple, invite them to participate in our activities, talk to your colleagues, local businesses. We're looking for corporate sponsors like banks and other businesses. We are looking for media outlets, if anybody can get us some media exposure. We have a team, we have a promotions team that will take care of it. And of course, we are looking for lots of vendors. We allow people to come and display their wares, and they can sell them on the island as well. So we have all of that happening, right? So we want to raise at least 200,000 this year. We're going to start today, okay? So I'm looking for a lot of support from everybody. So we are making we are hoping, we are presenting this in front of Srila Prabhupada, hoping that we can actually do this for the temple. So where are we spending the money, right? Permits. We have permits that we need to apply with the city. We have to apply for road closures. We need police entourage, because no parade can happen on Young Street without the police, right? We are going to be traveling 1,800 meters from Young and Dundas to the waterfront. And so we are hoping to raise $21 a meter so that we can cover the cost of the parade, which is a lot actually, right? Then we also have to rent the chariots. We have to rent the thing, all the parade related sound systems, the microphones. There's so many things that we need to put the parade together. We need to decorate the chariots. We need to have garlands for the deities for 3 days. And one of the major attractions of our Rath Yatra is free watermelon. So every year we need somebody to sponsor a truck of watermelon, which we send across the island, and it takes a lot of effort to get this truck across. It takes at least 3 people to organize how to get the watermelons from the ferry terminal to the island. So that's a real fun thing when people eat watermelon there. So the boga cost itself runs up to $50,000, which is the 30 to 40,000 plates that we distribute to everybody who comes there. The infrastructure, the big tents, all the exciting programming that is put together by the team, everything, including the sound systems, the electricity, the security, it all takes a lot of Lakshmi that the temple spends to serve Lord Jagannath. Remember, we are not doing this for ourselves, right? So we are doing this so that other people also get, opportunity to serve. So there are many different levels of corporate sponsorships which are available. The information is available at the front desk. But I really want to now introduce you to the team that puts this festival together. So one of the traditions of ISKCON Toronto is we always have a young team, devotees who are younger in age, take up a lot of responsibility to serve Lord Jagannath. And so today, one of the important things of my presentation was to present to you the Rath Yatra team who I'm inviting to come here. Are they here? So come on, everybody. Please give them a big hand of applause. This is a huge, huge festival. It is a daunting task. There are so many things that need to be done. And here is this amazing team that is going to bring you the festival. So I'm going to pass on the microphone to all of them, and they can tell you their name and what they're going to do. I'm just going to introduce Priya, who is our Rath Yatra coordinator for the year. Big responsibility. So Priya, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, everyone. My name is Priya, and I've been given the mercy of leading the team this year. But before I pass the mic off, I did want to ask everyone to give a huge Hare Krishna to all of these devotees here for their hard work and effort so far. So in 3, 2, 1.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Say your name and your department.
Hare Krishna, my name is Jessica. I'll be leading Yoga Meltdown this year.
Jai.
Yashoda
So every time they say something, you have to say Jai, okay? Okay.
Yashoda Arts and Cultures.
Hare Krishna, my name is Manisha and I'm organizing the 12-hour Kirtan.
Jai.
Hare Krishna, my name is Radha Priya and I'm co-organizing the 12-hour Kirtan along with Manisha.
Hi Krishna, my name is Rukmini Devidasi, and with my dear husband Param Gangadas, we help serve volunteers and parade coordination.
Jai.
My name is Lakshmi Priya and I'm helping with the promotions team. Hare Krishna, my name is Avyakta and I'm helping with Gopi Dots.
Next row. Look at them, they're so humble.
Hare Krishna, my name is Vijay and I'm taking care of the vendors as well as chariot decorations.
Jai.
Hare Krishna, my name is Vamsi Biharidas. I'm part of the promotion team.
Hare Krishna, everyone. My name is Tarun, and I'm also taking part of the promotions team.
Hare Krishna, my name is Tejas and I'm part of the temple logistics team.
Hare Krishna, my name is Venkatesh. I am part of temple logistics.
Oh, we have few more people coming up.
Hare Krishna, we're doing the main stage arts and culture, Kumari Kunti and Geeta.
So big round of applause for our team here. There are many other members who are not able to come here today, but you will see them over the next few weeks. Thank you so much, guys. An amazing service. Thank you so much. And apart from the team, there are other people, also devotees involved. We have the Govinda's restaurant team. We have the book distribution team. You can see them in the hallway already. And we also have the big boutique that also presents its wares on the island. So it's going to be a very fun experience, and we need your help. We need your help not just for donations, but also to volunteer. Haribol, no talking. And so we need you to volunteer. There's a volunteer desk will be set up soon, and you can give your email IDs and see if you want to help us do many things. You can see all the excited volunteers there at the back trying to serve prashadam. Prashadam volunteers? Yeah, so say Haribol to them. And they're going to not talk till we finish, so thank you so much. So get involved, help us promote the festival, bring us some donations. We are really looking for your support. Help us to put this festival together, take it down, and we need help in so many different ways to control crowds and so many other things. So make sure you talk to the volunteer coordinators. This is your chance. Look, Balram is leaving. He's leaving to get onto the, you'll never see the backside of Balram except when he's leaving from here. So this is your chance to bring the grace and blessings to the city of Toronto, like many of us here who never went to Jagannath Puri. This is your chance. So don't miss it. Mark the calendar, get a day off if you need to, and make sure that you're here from Friday to Sunday to celebrate the great Rath Yatra festival that we are going to be hosting. So thank you very much. I will be around here. If you have any questions, I'm happy to take it. But I don't want to keep you from Prashadam. It's already 7:10. So I think we are on time. So thank you very much. Does anybody have any question? Any question?
Hey, thank you, Satyabhama Prabhu, for setting the Rath Yatra mood and introducing the committee members. Let's give another round of applause. Haribo. So just a few quick announcements before Prashadam. So today's cooks are Suchari Padma Mataji and her team. So let's give another round of applause for the cooks. And today's Sunday feast is sponsored by anonymous donors. So we're going to give a round of applause and then chant the Maha Mantra 3 times. Round of applause. And then Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You can also sponsor for Sunday Feast or Deity Garlands for you or your family for any occasion. Please see the devotee at the front desk for more information or to do so. We also have an upcoming festival. Does anyone know what it is? Yes, Nashrima Chaturdashi. So this is taking place this coming Thursday, on Thursday, May 4th. So the program will start at 6 p.m. with Gora Artik, Kirtan, and a discourse on Nashrima Dev. And then also we'll have Abhishek. It will also be an extended program. We would like to also announce about ongoing free Bhakti Riksha courses on Sunday between 4:30 and 6 p.m. So I'm going to have Gauranga Pavana Prabhu speak a little bit about that.
Hare Krishna. So as many of you know that we are having Bhakti Riksha session every Sunday from 4:30 to 6 p.m. I would request you all to attend that session. It's very helpful. We all know that our eternal constitutional position is to serve Lord. So we have to know who is Lord and what is our relationship with Him. What is how we are made up of, like how we are soul. We have a covering of false ego, mind, intelligence, and on top of it we have this body. So we have to understand what we are, what is Lord, how we can have an eternal connection again back with Him. So all these things and the finer intricacies of Bhagavad Gita we can understand as part of the Bhakti Riksha course. So I would request you all to attend. It's completely free, 4:30 to 6 every Sunday at the basement conference room. Hare Krishna.
So we'll see you all there, right? Yeah. We also have another ongoing class for kids called Krishna Fun School. So these are for kids between the age 3 and 17. So please get in touch with Geeta Mataji, who is right there, her hand up right there. You should also visit our temple website at torontokrishna.com for details on darshan times, the information on upcoming events and classes. Now, for the final part everyone's been waiting for, Prashadam. And then after Prashadam, we're going to also ask for everyone to humbly finish at 8 p.m. for the Artik and the final Artik and Kirtan. Jai. Haribol.
Thank you, everybody. You can line up for Prashadam. I'll be here if anybody has questions. Thank you, Prabhu.